It's raining out. And there's a puddle at the bottom of my tent. Oh. Must have got into the vent there because I didn't seal it. Oh, this sucks. Everything I own is soaked. Well, everything that was at the bottom of my tent is soaking wet. My backpack, my down jacket, even my rain jacket, it's wet on the inside. My sleeping bag, I guess rain got in the bottom vent because it was windy out. Oh, man. I gotta be honest, this is a miserable start to day 2. Well, that's a shitty start to a second day, but as we say in hiker world, embrace the suck. I've got about 3 miles until I get to the Boulder Oaks campground that I was going to stay at last night. Decided not to. I'm out of water, so I'll get some water there and just have a snack. Yeah, so when I sat around yesterday at the malt shop in Lake Morena, my legs stiffened up a bit, and I didn't feel like pushing it, so I decided to stop earlier than planned, but it's early in the hike, so I don't want to create any issues down the road. So now I'm just hiking in this cold, wet, windy, shitty weather. Well, day 2 so far started off being a shitty day. It's just been raining, drizzling on and off, misting, and it's cloudy and cold. It's like March weather out here. So I'm going to go to the Boulder Oaks campground just to get some water and have some food. And I'm going to see how far I can make it today. The problem with it being wet all day is that I'm going to have no way to dry off my sleeping bag. Normally, if it gets wet, you just like stop for lunch, let it dry in the sun. But there's no sign of sun or this rain stopping anytime soon. So we'll see what happens with that. What's up, everybody? It has just been a relentlessly cold, rainy morning. Not a good day, honestly. I'm about 30 miles into the trail. I've got another 11 miles before I get to Mount Laguna. I haven't pulled out my phone much because it's raining. I'm at this little pit stop here, crossing the trail. It's a little, I don't know what it is, but it's a tiny roof I'm trying to hide under so I don't get wet. I'm going to have to stop at Mount Laguna, which I didn't want to do. Get a room because my gear is soaked, and I'm going to have no way to dry it off if there's no sun. And there hasn't been a break in the weather. The sun's not out. I don't think that's going to come out. So I can't sleep with a wet sleeping bag. That's hypothermia waiting to happen. So I'm sorry, I'm really miserable right now. I want to get a room and dry my gear off and warm up because it's actually unseasonably cold right now. This is like March weather. It's just freezing cold and rainy and windy, and I'm gonna go. Bye. Well, hello there. I just took a break to have some food. I've got about 8 miles to get to Mount Laguna, which is the 41-mile marker on the trail. I think I'm gonna have to get a room there. Hopefully I can get a room, because I can't dry out my gear with this constant rain and mist. And I can't sleep in a wet bag, as I've already said. And you might be asking, why did my tent get wet? Well, there's a ventilation, a mesh vent around the bottom of the tent to help with condensation. And you can close it if it's going to rain. And I didn't realize it because I was sleeping when it rained and I didn't close it. And luckily the ground was angled a little bit. Otherwise my whole tent would have got wet, but the bottom part had a big puddle. So my sleeping bag got wet, and my down jacket was down there. It got wet, and my tent's wet. So I need a place to dry it off. So I'll have to get a room, and I'll get a hot meal. So there's that. Hey everybody, finally made it to Mount Laguna, 41 miles in on the trail after 2 days. I wanted to be a little farther along, but nothing goes as planned on a through hike. I'm a little stuffy right now. I spent the entire day hiking in the rain and the wind, and when it wasn't raining, it was misting out. As I mentioned, everything in my tent was soaking wet this morning. Sleeping bag, down jacket. So I needed to actually get a place to dry my things out and to warm up a bit, because had I kept hiking, I wouldn't have been able to camp because everything is soaked and there was no sun to dry everything out. It was a bad day. I was actually in this section. This is my third time in this section on the PCT. I did it once in March, once in April last time, and this is May, and this is the coldest day I've had in this section, bar none. It was just raw out, windy, cold, rainy. Everything was soaked. My clothes were wet. So I needed a shelter tonight. So I rented this little tiny house in this tiny house community. They do have a dorm style for multiple hikers, but I needed my own space. I got my things hanging up, drying out, and I'll show you that in a minute. But yeah, I was almost hypothermic today. I felt the symptoms. I managed to pull through, but I'm a little stuffed up, if you can hear that. I got off the trail. As soon as I got off the trail, I stopped at the, I think it's the Pine Tavern or something, Pine Knot Tavern, owned by French folks. So I got the French onion soup, a bowl of the soup, and it was the best French onion soup I've ever had, made from scratch. So that was my dinner, just to warm up. There is also a general store here that has rooms behind them. It's the Lodge, and this is actually cheaper than renting over there. But I'm about a mile off trail, so I needed to rest as well, because my left knee was a little sore yesterday, like behind the knee. I stiffened up when I stopped for like an hour in Lake Morena. So I'm not worried about it, but it did slow me down a bit today. I barely did 20 miles, but I couldn't go on any farther, so this had to be this place I stopped. And I will be in Julian, not tomorrow night as planned, but the next day. I'll probably do a full day tomorrow and a partial day the next day. So I'll get to Julian like late morning, 2 days from now. So that's it. It's pretty much a wrap. I'll show you around and show you the my things hanging up and show you how small this place is. Hold on a sec. I've got it on ultra wide. This is the bedroom. This is a really tiny house. This is my sleeping pad hanging up right here. My tent is over here. My sleeping bag, my down jacket, my foam pad, my pillow, backpack. My socks are over here. I know it's gross, but there's no one else to put them on top of the refrigerator. And the heat's not too good in here, which is the exact reason why I got this place, to be warm. So they gave me an extra space heater. So I have it in here so it dries up my sleeping bag. That's a wrap for day 2. You know what to do. Hit subscribe. See you on the trail.